I'm Nick Roush. That's Drew Franklin. And
Hi.
we just talked to Mark Stoops. He had a press conference today. And unlike many Vandy Week press conferences, felt like there was a lot of meat on the bone, Drew. I don't really know where to start. Did not know Josh Caddis got hurt at some point.
He did. Went to the locker room late in the game. Stoops wouldn't reveal much on that one.
We'll see.
We'll see. Not a big injury news guy this year. He's not quite. I haven't seen him level yet, but we're getting there. Not sure on Kenneth Horsey, as you were about to say. Just not revealing a lot.
Nope, he was not on the depth chart. We're already into the point where they're just copy and pasting the depth charts from last week, which is it's thrilling. It really is thrilling as a blogger. But there was a lot of things I'd like to take away from this, because two of the big talking points we were talking about after the game wasn't just the plays left on the field, but the play of the sophomore wide receivers, Jagger Burton at center. And he even said after the game, like, we got to consider all options. And I got the sense, Drew, that while they're going to consider them, that Jagger you can't just throw him away yet, because not only is he trying really hard, he's playing well. It's just, hey, you can't do like the three really dumb things. Like, you can maybe get away with a couple little mistakes. He's just making really big ones. And right now, Kentucky's just making too many big ones. I think I counted 5. If you take away 5 plays, and it's a 50 burger, and everybody's happy and smiling today.
And Jaggers are just so critical. I mean, you can't snap the ball over someone's head. That just sets you back so much. It's just so evident that that's a big mistake. Then to help on his holding, you give up a 60-yard touchdown, would have been the first of Anthony Brown-Stevens' career. So it's just they've been so bad. And he's been called out a lot immediately after the game from Stoops, Cohen, other players. I mean, I haven't really heard a player's name said this much. And I think a lot of it is just getting him going. Stoops mentioned he'll consider switching back, but I think it's just to really light a fire under Jagger that this is unacceptable, at least these mistakes.
Well, and we've given Jagger a lot of leeway because we like him. He's one of us, right? He's a Lexington guy.
Used to live in my neighborhood.
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of – this is their time. Like, we're going to try something else. We're going to try a different approach. As for the receiver aspect of it, there's some – I mean, Stoops said it today. He said the word sophomore slump.
Yeah.
We don't – and he's like, I addressed it with him, but, hey, this is not acceptable. Not acceptable at all.
And he said broken record a lot, because this is now the second, third week, not so much specifically to players, that he's asking them to clean up the simple mistakes. Mm-hmm. We're a quarter of the way into the season. 12 quarters of football have been played, and it feels like a lot of these press conferences have been the same messaging. Now it's gotten more to calling out individual players. Brendan Bates, by name, got called out for missing a block.
Yeah.
I can't remember Stoops being so – I mean, he's reading the drive chart. That's a little new. But being so specific and calling guys out, it's kind of to this point, he's like, we can't keep moving on like this. Vandy is days away.
It's a different approach, but SEC play is starting. And before we talk more press conference, I just got to say, it's Vandy. They just lost to UNLV. Tennessee, I mean, I think I could have thrown for as many yards as Joe Milton did. Missouri, they needed a 61-yarder after a delay of game to win their game, and that was a huge win for that program. But, like,
Drew, I already wanted Bama. Now I want them even more.
I mean, that's what I mean. Have you looked around the SEC and just been like, oh, the Cats, they're making mistakes that nobody else is making? I mean, it's football. Like, other teams are making mistakes too.
Absolutely. We're complaining about a hold and a bad snap that's cost Kentucky, but you watch some actual other teams and their complete games and some real quarterback issues at places that they thought were going to have big years at the quarterback spot. Kentucky's problems, I think, are very minimal, and you're 3-0, and that's what really matters. So this is very nitpicky. Obviously, a lot needs to get cleaned up, but as you're saying, I'm still excited about what's ahead. I haven't changed my predictions whatsoever.
Did you see the Cole Kublik gets the wide shots?
Oh, yeah.
The video of the Devin Leary pass to Jordan Dingle. Just, mwah. He's so good.
He is. And that catch, I hate that it was taken away. I love that, Dingle, that's another mistake that cost it, but Stoops is like, yeah, whatever on that one. I mean, what a play. I mean, what do you want me to tell him? I said, good catch.
Right, yeah.
He was he's trying to do too much.
And that's, I think, so far through 3 weeks, you just want them to do everything. They're not doing it right away. Stoops is obviously not happy, but he's like, I think the quote was, I try not to let things that piss me off, I try not to hold on to them, but I'm a coach. Like, that's how I am, that's what I am, that's who I am. So if you're feeling the same way, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be happy with everything. You don't need to, but they're leaving some stuff out there.
Offensive line got called out pretty bad. We mentioned Jagger by name, but the whole group got called out.
They got challenged, and you know what? Now they're going to get challenged by an SEC team that they could probably still make some mistakes and beat, because Vandy lost to UNLV. They made some really, really bad mistakes, some bad coaching mistakes, but they still have a good quarterback and some really good receivers. Probably good that the cornerbacks had their best week so far last week.
Yeah, we're all focusing on negatives just because you want it to be a little cleaner. But Andrew Phillips and Maxwell Harrison last game, Harrison specifically being a little newer to the position, were amazing. And, going to Vandy where Stoops noted they're getting almost 300 yards passing and some playmakers on the outside. I'm confident in how Kentucky matches up with that offense with the way those guys are playing. Even behind them, saw some new names. And then J.Q. Hardaway, who had a rough start, looked pretty good. So at least at that spot didn't get called out too much today. No one on the defense really is. They've been playing so well.
So I'm not going to save this for the KSR football podcast, but that will be happening tonight. Watch it. You're going to love it. And Monday Night Football, KSR football podcast, way better than the Manning cast.
Speaking of the KSR football podcast, one of our formers, this guy, we saw a little bit of him and Devin Leary on Saturday.
That was awesome. I mean, Devin just like, how many tackles do I need to break and I'll still get it to you?
Can everyone shut up with the Devin Leary complaints now?
Yeah.
I mean, not perfect, but I mean, pretty awesome 6 quarters of football he's thrown together here.
He's been pretty good. So here's my question, though. Can he be good in that electric 11 a.m. atmosphere in the construction zone in Nashville? Are you worried at all about distractions down in whatever bank stadium that is?
I'm worried that he's going to hit Barryon Brown on a screen that could go for 80 yards, but he goes for 70 because Barryon trips over a bulldozer that's on the field. Because what I've seen from there, it looks like a live construction site that they need to get fixed by Saturday. Are we wearing hard hats, fans, everyone?
Oh, fans, we got to bring the hard hats. Remember the Rep Arena hard hats? There was controversy?
Yeah, I think they have to sign waivers just to be at the game.
Oh, man. Well,
fix it, Vandy. Fix it.
Just come on. Bring your hammer to the game and help them fix it. Not a bad suggestion.
You're not going to the game, right?
No.
Things come up. I did it last week. Just say it.
I got a wedding. Have you seen 6 ranked matchups on Saturday?
Oh, that's tough.
It's the most in September since 2006. Yeah, and I'm going to be in a suit all day. So, Simmons, you're welcome. You're freaking welcome.